Good morning, children. So, students, in the previous chapter of geography, chapter number 1, you all studied about the various type of resources. What were they? Let's recall it for once. The first one was natural resources. The name itself says the resources which are given to us by the nature. The second one was human made resources. What were they? They are the resources which are made by humans by altering the natural resources. That means the resources which are made by humans with their intelligence by altering the natural resources. And the third one was human resource, that is the human beings themselves. So children, in this chapter we are going to discuss about natural resources, the resources which are gifted to us by our own nature in detail. But children, before reading about the natural resources, today to make our segment more interesting, I am going to tell you about two stories. So listen to these stories very carefully. The very first story which I am bringing for you is from Africa, from a village in Africa, that is Tanzania. Tanzania is a small village in Africa. There lives one family, and today we are going to discuss about one girl of that very family whose name is Mamba. Mamba gets up very early in the morning to fetch water. She has to walk a long way to get the water, and it takes a few hours. After bringing the water home, she helps her mother in the house. After helping her mother, she helps her brother in taking care of their goats. All her family owns is a piece of small land where they have a small hut, and her father grows a few amount of maize and beans after working so hard. And these maize and beans which her father grows is not enough to feed their family for one complete year. Is first story clear to you? Okay. Bringing you to the second story. Second story comes all the way from New Zealand, children. Here we will talk about Peter. Peter lives in the heart of sheep rearing region in New Zealand, where his family runs a wool processing factory. Every day when he returns from school, he watches his uncle taking care of their sheep. Their sheep yard is situated on a wide grassy plain with hills in far distance. It is managed in a scientific way using the latest technology, and Peter's family, they grow vegetable through organic farming. So children, we saw two stories from two different parts of the world, and we notice that they are spending life in very different manner. Why is it so? Can we say it is due to the availability of resources? Like in Africa, the Mamba's family, they did not have enough resources, so they do not get they are not getting proper income. They are not able to earn properly to get their family livelihood. And in the second story, due to the availability of technology, due to the availability of resources, the Peter's family, they are able to earn very easily. So children, can we say that this difference is because of the differences in the quality of land, soil, animals, technology and vegetation? Yes, the availability of such reason is the main reason, children, why places differ from each other. So children, here we are going to discuss about the three major natural resources, that is land, soil and water, one by one. So very firstly, we are going to discuss about the very first natural resource, that is land. Now what is land? Can anybody tell me? Okay, so children, land is the most important natural resources as it covers about 30% of the total area of the earth surface. जितना भी earth का surface है, from that 100% land covers the 30% of the area. But children, human beings, now land is covering 30% of the total area, and all the human beings are dependent upon land for their requirements such as clothing, food, and shelter. On the other hand, animals are also dependent on it for food and shelter. And most human being activities, the most activities we human being do, they also depend upon the type of land they live on, because in mountains the occupation of the people is different and in plain areas it is different. So according to the places where we live, our living habits, our occupations, everything differs from place to place. But children, one thing to remember is, you know what the thing is, that we have only 30% of the land, and amongst that 30% also, children, only a small percentage of land is available for living. We can say that 90% of the world population only occupies the 30% of the total land area. Rest 70% is not available for living. The places are not suitable for building homes. They are very less populated. They are uninhabited. And why is it so? This is due to the uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world due to different types of land. I hope you all have studied about the different types of land. What were they? Mountains, plains, and plateaus. And you all know that mountains and plateaus are least populated, whereas plains, due to their varied characteristics, are the highest populated land, is the highly populated area in the world. I hope you are clear with the word land. You all will be able to define land. Okay, so we'll be studying about the various features as well as the different characteristics of land in the next segment.